Oh, there's a car coming. Put on the yield. Put on the yield. All right. So today I'm with Akshay and we're gonna do another night photo shoot. For tonight, our plan is to do something sort of like a light painting, except with the taillights of our car. And the way we got our inspiration for this was Akshay actually sent me a DM on Instagram saying we should do a shot sort of like this. I actually like this photo a lot, and I don't mean to like steal the idea, but I think that we could just like do way better, because with this photo, like if you look at the photo, the taillights are like going over the car, which doesn't make sense. And on top of that, like I would do the photo with the car facing the other direction, because the lights make it seem like the car is driving in reverse, which make it look really weird. And anyways, like today's conditions are like amazing because it's super foggy. So I think we're gonna get really good results. And on top of that, I'll probably change the color of the taillights to be something like a light blue or something really futuristic like cyan. We sort of like imitate the look that is in the bikes of Tron. I don't know, is there like a name for the bikes? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I never watched the movie, but
it's a Disney movie.
Yeah. I'll like, you get what I'm saying. All right, let's go do this. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so right now we're at a really dark road, but we need a really dark road because we're gonna be doing a probably like a 10-second exposure or something like that. Yeah. So we have the car set up right here in front of us, and what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start the camera's shutter, but the thing is, when I take the picture, it's probably gonna be taking a picture for about like 10 or like 15 seconds. So in that time, Akshay is gonna drive off into the curve in the street behind us, and then when he does that, what's gonna happen is he's gonna leave behind like a trail of light coming back from the taillights of the car. So I hope that makes sense. So yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna give the keys to Akshay, and then I'll like tell him to like drive off, and then we should be good. All right, so right now I have the camera set up on the tripod, and it seems like my settings are 8 seconds f/22, so everything is in focus, and my ISO is at 100, and even then like the light meter says that it's overexposed. So we'll just have to like do trial and error, I guess. All right, you ready, Akshay? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, hopefully that's good enough. Oh no, it's done taking the photo already. Or did it just start taking the photo? What? Oh, okay, that's not bad. Wait, I don't know what I'm looking at. Let me. All right, so I just took another I just took another photo, and I think that the photo was a little bit too dark. And also, we have a problem with the road. The road isn't illuminated enough, so I feel like I should have brought my flashlight for this. So I'm gonna set the exposure time to something longer, like 13 seconds. And then I brought the aperture down to 11. So hopefully that makes everything much brighter. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, Akshay, you ready? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. And there he is, he's gone. I just gotta make sure I don't get hit from the back. Yeah, because I'm wearing all black right now, which is a totally bad idea. So I'm just like making sure there's nobody behind me. Ooh, okay. Okay, that's actually not bad. Oh, there's a car coming. Put on the yield, put on the yield. Yeah, there's a car coming. We gotta make sure we get out of the way. All right, let's set this boy up. Damn, who the hell is leaving their house at this time of day? So I have my shutter speed at 15 seconds. The aperture is at f11, and then my ISO is at 100 to reduce all the noise. All right, you ready, Akshay? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. That's perfect timing. Perfect timing. Let's go. I mean, like, you guys can, I don't even know if you could see my face, but like, look at how dark it is outside. Like, my camera on my phone cannot pick up anything, but then you look at like the photo here, and it's actually like pretty bright. This is why we need to do like, we need to take the photo on like a very dark street like this. All right, right, let's go check out the photo. Not bad. I think that's it. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna take a photo of the car facing me to get the impression that it's driving towards me. The problem with this is that the headlights of the car are too bright. So I'm gonna have to take, I think maybe 3 photos. One where I expose for the headlights, so that way the headlights aren't blown out. One where I can expose for the main body of the car. So I need the car to be exposed properly. So I'm gonna do one with a really long shutter speed, so that way I could get the car exposed. And I'll probably do one more right in the middle, just for safe measure. And then we merge all the photos together, and then I think we're done. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we just finished up our shoot. Overall, I think it went it didn't take too long, but it wasn't one of my quickest shoots ever. The thing is with long exposures is a lot of it is trial and error, because you don't know how long you want your shutter speed to be. So then I think initially I put the shutter speed at 8 seconds, and then I was just what the heck, this is so dark. So then I put it up to 13, but then it didn't capture the whole light trail. So then I told Akshay all right, drive faster, and I'm gonna put the exposure up to 15 seconds. And then that was the perfect one. And then even after that, I had to switch up the framing of the photo. I didn't like the framing of the photo. And then after all of that, we finally got it. So we're gonna go home now. I'll probably edit the photos next morning, and then I'll show you how it's done. And yeah, that's it. All right, so today I'm gonna teach you how to edit the photos that I took. I'm not gonna show you how to actually merge the photos, but I will show you another software that I use. It's called Capture NXD. It's actually a software that's free. As long as you use Nikon cameras, it's compatible with that software. I'm sure Canon also has their own editing software. I'm not sure what it's called, but since I use Nikon cameras, I just use Capture NXD since it's free, and plus I don't want to pay for Lightroom and Photoshop. Let's go straight into it and let's start editing the photos. Alright, so the first photo that I'm going to show you how to edit is the one where I had Akshay side lighting the car with his flashlight out on his phone. The first thing that I always fix when I go straight into Capture NXD, and really whatever edits I do in Capture NXD can be applied to any editing software, whether it be Lightroom or Photoshop or Capture One. They all have the same basic editing quirks and routines. So for me, the first thing I always jump straight to is the white balance. The reason why that is because white balance can totally throw off your photo. So if I use something like this, it'll make everything seem super orange and warm. But if I use something on the opposite spectrum, it can make something look really cold like this. In this photo, there was an incandescent street lamp in the background, but at the same time, Akshay was using a fluorescent cold light with his flashlight. So because there's 2, I might do just the recorded value. I'm literally just playing with all the different settings and just checking out which ones I like. I think I like fluorescent 3700K, and the number next to the fluorescent, that basically just tells you the temperature of the white balance. But I could tell that the photo is a little bit purple, so I'm gonna slide it a little bit towards the greens. And then this seems like a well-balanced photo. So whatever is white should be white is basically what white balance is. Next, I'm gonna adjust the color temperature. I think I wanna do something really cold. Yeah, definitely not warm. Let's do something like this. Next thing I jump straight into is I go to my tone curve and I put in my 3 points. One right in the middle, one on the top right, and one on the bottom left. The bottom left point is the shadows, the middle point controls the midtones, and then the upper point controls the highlights. If I drag this middle point upwards, you'll see that all the midtones and the highlights are going up and they're increasing it in exposure. And then if I go all the way down here, all the shadows will get darker. Essentially what I like to do with every tone curve, so I always like to immediately draw an S curve. What the S curve does is it brings your shadows darker and your midtones and highlights brighter. This will add a lot of contrast and punch to your image. If I wanted to do a before and after, so the image on the left is the one with the tone curve adjusted, and the one on the right is the one with the tone curve not adjusted. It's very subtle, but when you do a lot of subtle edits, it all adds up in the end. Yep, I definitely want to drive my midtones up way more. Ooh, this looks fire with the shadows even darker. It looks really mysterious. Next thing I want to edit is probably I think in Lightroom this is called like the Luma curve. It basically just messes with all the colors in the photo. So if I go to hue, so for example, if I wanted to drive all the light blues to a different color, I would go look for where the light blues are on this middle line, which is like right here, and I could just drag it to whatever color I want it to be. So let's say I wanted them to be pink for whatever reason. Now all the light blues in the original image are pink. Let's just make everything slightly more teal, and then anything that's yellow, I want it to be orange. The last thing you could add is maybe a little bit of vignetting, but this all depends on like each individual image. Yeah, that's way too much. Something like this is fine. That's pretty much how I edit my photos. Super short, pretty simple. Now I'm gonna do this for every photo and then I'll merge them all together. Alright, so I just finished merging all the photos together, and this is the final product. In my opinion, it's not like one of my best photos. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I would consider it a good photo. The thing that makes this image bad is that like the car is blocking a good portion of the light trail. So if I show you the original image for the light trail, like I'm certain the original image of just the light trail looks way better than the photo with the car in front of it, because the car is blocking so much of the light trail. If I were to do this again, I'd probably do it on a hill. Yeah, I'd probably just shoot this on a hill, so that way the car doesn't block all the light trails behind it. When you're shooting downwards, you'll be able to see, or even if you're shooting upwards, you'll be able to see the light trail leading up to the car more. When you look at the finished product, the car is blocking way too much of the light trail, and you could barely see it. It's almost like a nice accent, but it's not a huge part of the image. Nonetheless, it was still pretty fun to shoot. Overall, this photo shoot was pretty fun to do. I was definitely nervous at first because I'm not used to talking to a camera. I've never made a YouTube video before, so going in front of a camera, especially like in front of my family, they're just like, my mom's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm just like, making a YouTube video. Especially, I can see myself going in like my backyard and like my neighbors will be looking at me. Or let's say I even go in like public, like let's say I go to a mall or something. Let's say you have like a camera on a tripod and then everybody's just staring at you, talk to it. It's just like super weird. I still have to get over that. But I'm definitely down to like do this over and over and over again because I want to get out of my comfort zone. Especially being with Ache, he helped me so much just because he's like-minded, you know? Being with Ache, he's there to like encourage me, and he also like pointed out some things that I missed, like, oh, are we gonna shoot B-roll? I'm like, oh shoot, I totally forgot about shooting B-roll. So if I were to make like a recommendation, I would definitely say meet up and link up with other people that are like-minded and also have like ambitions that they want to do. I would try to cut off anybody that tries to put you down. Not just like put you down, but just like all they do is just want to watch like Netflix, stay at home, do nothing. I just hate that. There's not enough time in your life to be able to like sit around and do nothing. Might as well go and do something. Get out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? Being with Ache, we were able to like collaborate and bounce ideas off of each other. The last point I want to make is just I've made so many mistakes with this photo shoot and also with just creating this first YouTube video, but none of it really matters in the end. All of it is just a learning experience. So if I look at this video and this photo shoot in like a year now, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I was so bad. I would have never gotten better at photography and making videos if I never started and made mistakes in the first place. That's how we really learn, isn't it? We all make mistakes and we learn from our mistakes. So yeah, if you like this photo shoot, be sure to, this sounds so weird because if you like this photo, make sure to subscribe and also leave a like down below. If you have any ideas for what I could improve on for the future, also be sure to leave a comment because that'll help me so much. I know that this wasn't perfect, but it's my first ever YouTube video and I'm looking forward to making even better and better content each week. Overall, this photo shoot was really fun to do. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I'll catch you guys on the next one.